Welcome back to Heather's Greenhouse. Just going to give a quick walkthrough of the garden today, see how everything's doing. Let's check on this hibiscus that we grew. Alright, so the tip's dead, but look, it's got new leaves. So I think it's going to make it. Just to remind everyone, that broke off of another hibiscus. I rooted it and planted it, which is exactly what I did to this one. And look at it and how beautiful it is. Wow, that is gorgeous. And more buds, so more flowers to come. And I did do a little bit of gardening yesterday. I didn't get a lot done because it was hot. I came out here and cut the dog fennel out of here. For those of you that don't know, dog fennel looks a lot like cosmos, but it is not cosmos. And when you've got cosmos in a bed and dog fennel, sometimes it's a little difficult to tell the difference between the two. You just learn over time, and then Google ID can help too. And then for some reason, this particular wildflower mix has a lot of grasses in it. See right here? Now those seeds are going to go everywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And I've got a couple places in the yard that don't have grass thanks to ducks, geese, and other things like that. So I'm going to go shake this where I do want some grass to grow. That is the cherry tree. The Japanese maples really did a number on it, but it's looking good. That is the Volunteer Celosia. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? Man, that is a beautiful color. So I've got that one, that tiny one right there. I don't know if you can see, there's one right there. So I have 3 volunteers, it looks like. I've got a magenta purple, a pink, and a white. That's why I love volunteers. And I will pop a volunteer out of somewhere that I don't want it and replant it. The lemon tree is doing good. It's got something started on it. I probably need to take care of it. But you know what? I'm just gonna pick those leaves off. Let me try to get, there we go. Now you can really see it. And do not put, if you decide to deal with disease and insects like I do, by just plucking them off, do not put them in your compost bin. Put them in your trash can, because you don't want it to spread. Unless you're a better composter than I am and you actually get your compost really hot enough to kill all that. I don't. Alright, let's turn around and look at this bed again. So that was the Volunteer Amaranth that I popped out of the, because it was just in the grass, it was in the lawn. I popped it out and put it in this bed. It looks like it's doing well. It loves its new home. That peony is doing better than the one in the front, I think, because I let stuff kind of lay over it and give it a little sunshade. Peonies just do not like the heat and the sun of South Carolina Midlands. It's just too hot for it here. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it and let it be. It's never bloomed, but that's okay. It's pretty. Those are some marigolds from seeds that haven't bloomed yet, but they will. That's right there is a volunteer bee balm, I do believe. We might have to wait and see once it starts blooming exactly what it is. But again, I like to garden that way. I love the surprise of not knowing exactly what everything is. And this is a little bit of a mess. Probably need to come in here and tidy this up. We'll see how hot it gets today when I'm able to get off work. And can we just take a moment to admire zinnias? I mean, these things are beautiful. And all of these zinnias were free because I collected seed from my zinnia last year. And that is just absolutely beautiful. And over here, and you can see I did buy a couple more beds. When you look out from, so that's the balcony off the master bedroom. When you stand out on the balcony and look down here, it looked a little odd because I didn't have the metal beds all the way down. It was just empty down here at the bottom. The only thing you got was the lantana bush. So I did get some more beds. I'm not positive on the location. I just sit them out here, live with them a few days. If I like where they're at, then I'll go ahead. I put cardboard in the bottom and then put the dirt in. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to actually go to a garden center and buy plants for these. Now, I've never done that. Most of everything, if not everything, in this entire garden, I started from seeds. I got it the 50% discount from Lowe's, or I got end of season sale from an online plant distributor. And you can see these were the ones that I got from Tulip World. I don't know what everything is because I get the end of season clearance sale bag, which is a mismatch of just different stuff that they have left over. But I get it as such an extreme discount that to me it's like, well, let's take the chance. Let's see if something's beautiful. I don't know. So I get excited about the opportunity to have something that surprises me. And this is the same way. This was part of the Tulip World end of season clearance sale. Now what is that? I don't know exactly. We'll find out together. What I do know is it looks fairly happy. Isn't that pretty with the light shining behind it as the sun's coming up this morning? Alright, oh, the hummingbird's over there on the Mexican petunia. Let me see if I can walk over there and get him on video. Nope, there he goes. So I'll walk over here anyway, maybe he'll come back. So this is Mexican petunia. It is very pretty. Show you the flowers a little bit. The hummingbirds absolutely love it. I think it's pretty, but it is extremely invasive. So just to let you know, if you're thinking about growing it, it will take over a bed. Let me see if I can step back and show you how big that clump is. So this clump was about 6 inches by 6 inches 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. I pulled all of it out, but that little small amount. Look how big this area is now. And I need to get in here and whack it back some more. You can see it's getting into my fig, as well as getting into my snowball viburnum back there. I don't know if you can see my snowball. You can see it is all around it. So I imagine, except the 2-3 foot at the top that's sticking above it, there's probably no airflow around the rest of that bush because of that Mexican petunia. So I really need to get out here and cut it back hard. And this right here, it looks like a mess. That is a swamp sunflower. It is absolutely beautiful in the late fall. And it's nice to have that beautiful, bright, yellow, sunny, happy pop of color when it's starting to get a little cool and you're starting to have a couple of frosts. So I cannot wait to show you that. My tomatoes are starting to struggle really bad. That's okay, we've had a good harvest of tomatoes this year. It hadn't been an excellent year for me because we had, what, a good 6 weeks of drought, 7 weeks of drought. I don't know, we got no rain for a very long period of time, and we were in a drought situation. Then we get rain, and we almost get too much rain, so it brings in the powdery mildew. Plus, this year the pest pressure has been horrible. And as I say that, my skeleton of Baptisia is right here. You can see the caterpillars completely decimated that Baptisia bush. Another one of my hibiscus. It is big and bushy and beautiful. Tons of buds, but I don't see, maybe there's 1 or 2 open on the other side of the fence. And by the way, that little chain link fence there does protect it from the deer. The hydrangeas, man, they have struggled this year. They do not like drought. And I did try to supplement water them. Obviously not well enough. I don't know. Can you can you trim hydrangeas back very deep, very hard, almost like a Chelsea chop? Because it looks like that's what they need. They need to almost be cut almost to the ground and reset and restarted. Because that looks so sad and pathetic. I mean, it's obviously still healthy and growing. Look at all that new growth on it. I don't know. We'll see. I might try it on one and leave the other one. And more zinnia. Just love that plant. It's so pretty, so easy to grow. You grow it one time, collect the seeds, and you'll have seeds for the rest of your life. And that's a volunteer tomato. Another sunflower. I try to succession my sunflowers as best I can. Peppers. Probably need to come harvest these. I think those are shishito peppers. I did not grow jalapenos this year. We just don't eat jalapenos enough. They're just too hot for us. Then you've got that tomato plant with that one little tomato. I don't know. We've got a long enough season that I could probably tidy up my tomatoes and get some more. A little sunflower hiding in there. Now this is an interesting spot to me. So this bed right here has a smorgasbord of plants in it. And you could probably pick a few out. So there's asparagus. You can see the asparagus ferns here, or fronds. There is okra. You can see the okra leaf there. Then I did have the sunflowers. I had a couple of them in there. I think this is the last one that I put in here. The other ones were earlier in the season. Again, I try to succession plant my sunflowers. And then the big surprise, I would have to say, is that is a sweet potato vine that has grown up through everything. I don't remember planting sweet potatoes. And then this is cucumber. And I did plant the cucumber, and it is growing up through everything. Normally, I will give cucumber support, but it just decided it's going to grow up the okra. So I just let it go. I figure natural support, because okra is very tough. Hey, look at this little surprise. So this broccoli plant and this broccoli plant I used as trap crop. I just let the insects eat on it, hoping the insects would stay off my other stuff. And it actually gave me a little head. Interesting. Wonder if I'll get anything from the red cabbage. I doubt it. Yeah, there's a caterpillar on it right now. Yeah, so I'm not hopeful for the red cabbage, and that's okay. And that dead stick is actually sugar cane that did not grow. So I had 4 sugar cane that I put in here. Only one of them grew, and it's fallen over. But look how tall that sugar cane is. That is a good 12 foot tall. So I am excited about having grown sugar cane for the first time myself. I got to figure out how to harvest it, number one. Number two, how to harvest it in such a way that I'll be able to hopefully grow some more next year. Alright, let's see how this pot's doing. So we've got one that looks like a squash or zucchini plant coming up. I tried to do spring and fall planting of squash and zucchini and several other things. We try to supplement our food budget by me growing as much as I can that we will eat. So that's why you'll see there's only one plant, because it's just me and Thomas. And you know, squash, zucchini, you will have more than you can eat faster than you can eat. So I'm just doing one plant. One plant was enough in spring. One plant's going to be enough in fall. And yes, I still didn't get out here and tame the honeysuckle. But it's okay. And the thyme, man, it is doing great. It loved the recent rain. And that are my herbs. So I've got Thai basil, Genovese basil, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, I probably am. And they have already self-set seeds. So I've got volunteers coming up. I have so many volunteers in here that we would never be able to eat them. So I can either just leave them and let the wildlife enjoy them. I might see if a neighbor wants some. Well, it's not really there anymore. The birdhouse gourd vine got broken off during the hurricane. So I only got one gourd. And it's kind of small, but it's okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'll let it dry out and I'm going to paint it up pretty and put it out in the garden. And the tomato, having that trellis on the outside really did keep the deer from munching on the top of the tomato plant there. And I did want to come show you this real quick. So we are in Zone 8, the Midlands of South Carolina. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. Maybe you can see that. That is actually a peace lily. Now, peace lilies are tropical and grown as houseplants. I thought that houseplant was dead. So I reuse the soil, which is what I always do when I've got a plant that goes belly up. I will reuse the soil out of the pot. So I used the soil out of the peace lily pot to help fill in this bed when it was new. And it came back up. Look at that. It's doing pretty good. Now I know that even though it's doing okay now, sorry about that, I was weeding a little bit, but I know that peace lily cannot survive frost, so I will need to come out here, dig it up, put it in a pot and take it inside. But I think going forward, because I am not a good houseplant person. I love to grow outside. So with the knowledge of that peace lily, what I might do, take all my houseplants in the spring after frost, plant them in the garden, let them spend all summer outside, dig them up, pot them up, put them back inside for the winter. That might be a better solution for me. I'm going to try that. All right, I have got to go get some breakfast. You probably hear my stomach growling. I apologize for that. And I will leave you on this little pretty picture right here.